Happy evening, students. So today we are going to start from the class where we left in the last class. Okay, in the last class we were solving one question, so we'll start from that only. It was related to the potential. Okay, so two charges were kept, because of which we have to find a surface at which the potential can be zero. Okay, so what were the charges? Let's see here. One charge Q. Okay, we kept it a comma 0, the coordinate, and another charge which was minus 2q, which we kept at a comma 0. This is minus a comma 0. Okay, and somewhere here was the origin. What we were trying to find? We were trying to find a surface at which potential is 0. So what we can do? We can consider a particle or any position over here whose coordinates we can say is x comma y. Okay, and at that position we are going to satisfy the condition for zero potential. Okay, first of all, what is the formula to calculate the potential? Potential is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by r because of a point charge, right? So let's see, because of this we will find, and then because of this we will find. So first thing, I am going to connect this q with that point. Okay. Now I require how much is the separation or the distance between the two. We know how to find it. There is x minus a whole square plus y minus 0 whole square root. Correct. Same way from here also we require to join it. Now this is what? This is x minus a whole square plus y minus 0 whole square. Right? Now I am going to write potential because of the 2 there. Okay, let's say that point is P. So potential at point P is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. This is common, so take it outside. Now because of Q by, what is it? X plus a whole square plus y whole square. Okay, and this is minus 2q, so immediately I am writing here minus only. Actually it is plus, then minus 2q. Okay, so directly I am writing minus 2q by x minus a whole square plus y whole square equal to 0, because we are searching the net potential 0 there, right? Fine, we know that this 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught will go over there. Q also we can take common. Okay, so let's take q also common first. Q by 4 pi epsilon naught. Then take LCM. Okay. Or before taking LCM, we'll take that side. It will be rather easy for us. Okay. Because anyhow we are saying that potential there is 0. Okay. So it's better to take one term the other side. So what will happen? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q by x plus a whole square plus y square equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 2q by x minus a whole square plus y square. This gets cancelled. Right, q is gone. Now we can do the cross multiplication and it can be solved easily. So let's do the cross multiplication. It is 2 into x plus a whole square plus y square equal to x minus a whole square plus y square. Okay, let's solve it further. Okay, so let's see. Open this one up. So this is 2x square plus a square plus 2ax. This is the formula of x plus a whole square, right? Plus y square equal to this side x square plus a square minus 2ax plus y square. Okay, let's take this entire term this side. Now this is 2x square minus x square, so it's x square here, plus again 2a square, here is a square, so plus a square. This is 4ax, 2 into 2 4ax, this is plus 2ax, so 6ax. This is 2y square, this is y square, so plus y square equal to 0. this is what we are getting, and you see this clearly. It's actually equation of a circle. Okay, so if we are going to search, or if we are trying to find out the locus of the surface at which potential is 0, then what is the surface? Surface is a circle at which we are going to get 0 potential. Okay, and what is the equation? This is the equation. Okay, x square plus y square plus a square plus 6ax. Okay, is that clear? So this was about equipotential surface, right? Now we are going to move on to the next topic that we have, and that is called dipole. Okay, now what is dipole? Dipole is when two equal and opposite charges, that means one is positive and other one is negative, same charge, okay, are kept very close to each other, and their distance we are not going to change, or distance is fixed. Let's see, if I say one plus q here and one minus q here, okay, same equal and opposite charges, when they are kept very close to each other, they form a dipole. Okay, let's say the distance between them is L. So this is called a dipole. Now the question is, do they exist really? Answer is yes. Where they exist? Now if we talk about any material, okay, any material we can say is made of molecules, right? And molecules basically is having positive and negative charge inside. We all know that. If we talk about atom also, there is positive charge and negative charge. Equal positive and negative? Yes. Nucleus is positive and electrons which are orbiting around it are negative. Correct or not? If you not go into that side, if you see the molecules of element, let's say an example we take as sodium chloride. So this is having positive and this is negative. Equal positive and negative? Yes. Okay, this is one electron short. It is having one electron less. This is having one electron more. So they are making a pair, equal and opposite charges, very close to each other. Same way you say HCl. Same way you say H2O. Okay, plus 2, minus 2. So all these are what? These are all molecules. Okay, and these molecules only are going to decide that if suppose that a particular material or element we are going to place inside an electric field, how they are going to behave. Why? Because that element actually is made up of dipoles. So how this dipole is going to react in outside electric field, that we are going to see in this topic. And is this charge, because there are charges, is this charge also going to produce an electric field or potential? That also we are going to see in that one. Okay, so first thing is how to find out the strength of the dipole. How to calculate strength of the dipole. The strength of the dipole is calculated by dipole moment. Okay, dipole moment. We represent this dipole moment with P, and it's a vector quantity. It is a vector quantity. Now what it is, what is its magnitude? Its magnitude is, it's a product of magnitude of charge, and length of dipole. That means magnitude of charge means is Q. If total magnitude you are going to see of the dipole, it will become 0. We are not talking about total magnitude, the charge. So plus Q. Okay? This is the product of magnitude of charge and length of dipole. What is length of dipole? L. Okay? So we will say that it is Q into L. At the moment, I am writing it like this. It's the magnitude of that. What about its direction? Its direction is fixed. Okay, its direction is not going to change. This is how it is defined. So, the direction of dipole moment is always taken from negative charge to positive charge. Its direction is always from negative charge to positive charge. Its direction is taken from negative charge to positive charge. Okay, so in our case, the dipole moment's direction is like this. The dipole moment. Okay, is that clear? So this is how we are going to see the strength of the dipole, and why we are studying that I have already told you. Okay, so see, suppose now it's a vector quantity. So normal questions on a vector we can solve in dipole also. Correct or not? Now suppose I tell you that there are charges placed in this way, or rather we can say that dipoles are placed. Suppose I give you a question like this. Okay, now suppose here is plus q charge, and here also plus q charge is there, and here I kept minus 2q charge. Okay, so how many dipoles are there? 2 dipoles are there. How? Because this minus q I can write minus q here and minus q here. So this become one dipole and this become the other dipole. Is that clear? Now suppose that the separation between both of them I say is A. This is also A and this is also A. And I ask you, find the net dipole moment. Net dipole moment. Now this question is not related to dipole moment as such. It is actually a vector question. So one dipole moment is in which direction? From negative to positive. Its direction is like this. This one is like this. Are both given equal in magnitude? Yes, in this question I have given you equal in magnitude, because magnitude of dipole moment is q into A. Here also q into A, both are equal. So net dipole moment will be where? Exactly in the middle, according to the parallelogram law. This is the resultant dipole moment. And what will be its magnitude? If it's in the middle, it has to be p root 2. Am I correct or not? See, P resultant how to find? With the parallelogram law. P square resultant is P1 square plus P2 square plus 2 P1 P2 cos theta. And what is this theta? Angle between the two vector quantities. What is angle between two vector quantities here? 90. So this term is gone. What we have? P1 square plus P2 square, but both are here P only. So P square plus P square square root is the P resultant. So what are we getting? Root 2P. And what is P? Q into A. So answer is root 2 Q A. Dipole moment. Right. Now what is its unit? Charge unit is coulomb and A is the separation, that is meter. So unit is coulomb meter. Right. This is one question. If I ask you another one, which is also related to that way only. Okay, the basic concept that we have studied so far. So let's see if I ask you that question, how we are going to solve that. Okay. Okay. All right. So next question is, if I am going to put that into a triangle. Okay. There is a triangle like this. This is 2q here. This is minus q. And this is also minus q. Similar question, right? So in this case, if I say that this is L. Okay. Now, what we can do, we know that this dipole moment, its direction is like this, minus to positive. And here this 2q we can write as q and q. So this q we can write over here and this q over here. Correct or not? And this dipole moment will be in this direction. Correct? Now what is the angle between the two? It's 60 degrees. Same question that we did in the earlier case. Right? So in this case also, same resultant value will be root over, here also p, so p square, here also p, so p square plus 2p into cos 60. Because angle between the two is 60 degrees. So this and this gets cancelled. P square plus p square plus p square, that is p root 3. So our answer will be root 3 QL. Right? One more thing we'll see. One more question. Let's see what that is. If we do something like this, and if I keep here charge is minus q, okay, and this is quarter of a ring, and on this quarter of a ring charge is plus q, okay, and we have to find what is the net dipole moment now. Now what you can do, let's check. Now the distance of every portion of this q from this minus q is same, it's r only. There's no point, there is no doubt about that. Okay, total charge is q. If I going to integrate this one, total charge is q. From minus q, every portion of that ring is at same distance r. So can we directly write q into r as the answer? No, we can't. Reason? The reason is every element that you are going to take in this one, suppose I am going to take this element, that's dq. Okay, now because of this dq, if I consider here also a portion minus dq, okay, then element's direction will be like this. This is the direction of dipole moment. We can say dp. But if suppose element I am going to take over here, its direction will be like that. So directly we cannot add. Do you understand that? So then what to do? Because of the change of direction, we have to integrate this. Okay? We have to integrate it. So let's learn how we are going to do. Now I have already taken this element. Suppose that this element I have taken at an angle theta. Okay? And as usual, you know that this element we have to make it what? D theta. Right? So first I am going to write what this dp is. Then we will think about integration. Okay? So dp is equal to what? Q into 2L. Correct or not? Fine. So first of all, we will write what is Q here. Q is dq. So Q is the charge on this entire length. dq is charge on this small length. Okay. So I am writing it as Q by, what is the length of this segment? This segment's length is pi by 2r. So pi by 2r into length of this segment, r d theta. So r d theta. Okay, r gets cancelled. So what are we getting here? We are getting it as 2q by pi into d theta. Right? That is dq value. Sorry, this is just a dq, not dp. This is dq. dp will be dq into L. So dp is dq into what? R, because the length here, this is radius, r only. So what are we getting? 2q by pi r d theta. Perfect. That is dp. But we already know that this is the direction, right? Now this direction is there, that means it will have two components, one like this and one like this. Correct or not? And already we have taken that this angle is theta. So that means horizontal component is dp cos theta and vertical component will be dp sin theta. So we are going to integrate. Now x component, so I am writing it here, px dp cos theta. dp is already this. Okay, so let's put it 2q r by pi cos theta d theta. Integration from 0 to pi by 2. Yes or no? Theta is changing from where to where? From this segment to this segment. That is 0 to pi by 2. Same way y also. 2q r by pi sin theta d theta. This is 0, this is pi by 2. Right? So let's see what is x component first. 2q r by pi. Cos theta's integration is sin theta. So sin theta pi by 2 and 0. So that means only 1 we are going to get. That means 2q r by pi. Because we know sin pi by 2 minus sin 0. Sin pi by 2 is 1. Sin 0 is 0. So this only is going to come. Right? Let's see the other one now. Py. This is 2q r by pi Sine theta's integration minus cos theta, 0 and pi by 2. Okay, minus we take outside here. Then cos pi by 2, 0. Minus cos 0 means minus 1. So minus 1 into this, 2qr by pi. So this is also 2qr by pi, this is also 2qr by pi. Both equal. And both are perpendicular to each other. So resultant will be what? P resultant. What it will be? Root over px square plus py square. And since both are equal, we can write this as root 2 px or root 2 py. So root 2 2q r by pi. Is it clear? So this will be the answer as far as this dipole is concerned. Okay, do you understand how to calculate the dipole moment of various structures given to us? Right? Now we are going to study further about the dipole, and we are going to find electric field produced by the dipole. Okay, electric field produced by the dipole. Let's see. Two positions are there normally which will be used in the board for you. Okay, one is along the axis and one is at the perpendicular bisector of the dipole. So first we are going to see that. Okay, first one, what is the heading? Electric field produced by dipole. This is the heading, and the first one is along the axis. Along the axis. Okay, so this is the dipole. Just check that. Here I am going to keep plus q, here I am going to keep minus q. Okay, and suppose here is the point where we are trying to find the electric field. And this point P, actually, P I am not taking because P will use as a dipole moment also. So let's say this point is A, and the separation of this A from the middle point of the dipole. Remember that the position of any other point we will take always from the middle of the dipole. Why? Because the dipole is very, very small. Okay, so reference point in case of the dipole is always middle of the dipole. So this is middle of the dipole, and this distance I am taking as r. Okay, and for my own for my own convenience, I am taking the length of dipole here is 2L. Okay, so this is also L and this is also L. So if I am going to consider the length of the dipole is 2L, then what will be dipole moment? Dipole moment immediately becomes Q into length of dipole. Remember always, dipole moment is charge into length of the dipole. If length is L, we will use L. If length is 2L, we will use 2L. Okay, so now because of minus Q I am going to find field here, because of plus Q I am going to find field here. Because of minus Q, field's direction will be what? Towards minus Q. How can we say? Because whenever we have to find field, we will be placing here plus 1 charge. And we will see that how this is going to apply force. This is going to apply attractive force, so electric field is like this. Because of plus Q, this is going to repel it, so it will be like this. So that means actually we are going to subtract the fields. Is that clear? So let's write electric field at A. 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught. Okay, because of plus Q I am writing Q by R plus L whole square. Is it okay? This is R, this is L. And because of minus Q I am writing minus only because eventually we have to subtract. So Q by R minus L whole square. Okay, now the question is, what is the relation between this R and L? Okay, always remember this R is very, very greater than L. Why? Because dipole size is negligible in itself. So whatever distance we are taking outside the dipole will obviously be a lot more than the dipole size. Okay, the crystal size is in micron, 10 to the power minus 6 meter, like that. So even if I am taking this L as 1 millimeter, still it is 10 to the power minus 3 meter only. whereas the dipole size is 10 to the power minus 6. So it's negligible. Okay. So R is greater than L. Remember that. So now what we can do over here? We are going to take LCM of this. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, Q by 4 pi epsilon naught. Take LCM, this is R minus L whole square minus R plus L whole square by R plus L whole square into R minus L whole square. Let's solve it fast and see what's coming. Okay, so let us see then. It's Q by 4 pi epsilon naught R square plus L square minus 2RL minus R square plus L square plus 2RL by R plus L whole square R minus L whole square. See what's happening? This and this gets cancelled. Okay, so then Q by 4 pi epsilon naught, this is minus 4RL by R plus L whole square to R minus L whole square. As we said that R is greater than L, so here we can neglect L. Okay, we are neglecting L, so this L and this L gets neglected. So what we are getting? Minus Q into 4L into R by R to the power 4. R square into R square. This gets cancelled over here, this become R cube. So then what are we getting? Just check. We are getting this as, this I am writing as Q into 2L, okay? So minus 2 into Q into 2L by R cube. Now Q into 2L means P. So what we are getting? And 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught also. Okay. So what are we getting? We are getting minus 2p by 4 pi epsilon naught R cube. Now this minus means what? It means the direction is towards left. Okay, towards left is the direction. Okay, so it's towards left the direction. Is it also the direction of the dipole moment? Yes. Yes. So what I can do in this one? What I can do in this one? We can write this as the direction of dipole moment. That means we can multiply here like this. Correct or not? And magnitude of dipole moment into unit vector. That means this becomes a vector. So minus 2p by 4 pi epsilon naught R cube. Now if suppose I would have taken particle here, point here as B, then what would have been direction? This is positive charge. So positive charge would have dominated. So still the direction would have been like this only. Here who is dominating? Negative charge. So it's attraction. Here who would have dominated? Positive charge. So repulsion. So along axis, the direction is always towards dipole moment only. So that's why we'll be writing its magnitude is 2p by 4 pi epsilon naught R cube, and the direction is the direction of dipole moment. Is that clear? Then you take this minus away from that, because your direction I already have given. Okay, so remember, along axis the direction of electric field is along the direction of dipole moment, and its magnitude is 2p by 4 pi epsilon naught R cube. Okay, that's all for now. Bye bye.